Hello, I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television, inviting you to this edition of Missoula Live. It is a snowy Monday afternoon, February 10th, and I'm here with my host, Kim Anderson.
Isn't it beautiful out
Yeah,
there?
it really is, though.
We needed this.
Yeah, we need the
fun.
snowpack, too.
Yes.
And it's a break from that feverish negative temperature.
It was so cold.
Right.
We had sun for a week, though. You can't, you know.
Oh, yeah. It was really nice. It has to be that way. But I always feel like the town goes through a certain madness in the wintertime.
Yeah. And the minute
Missoula
it snows
madness.
after it hasn't snowed for a long time,
Yeah.
everyone goes, oh.
I know.
Yeah, a little bit. I do.
I'm going to see what people think of the street clearing tonight at City Council.
That's right.
But anyway, welcome you guys. Thank you for joining us. I have a little to say about MCAT, and Kim works for Humanities Montana. So she might have something to say. And I noticed the guy set up your website to show on, pre-show on the screen.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm going to say my two things, and I wish, but I didn't do it. You know, MCAT's having a cute cat contest.
I love this
Yeah,
idea.
right. So the idea.
I want to enter. Can I enter
Yeah,
on the board?
Yeah, you probably can't win anything, but you can enter. But you guys watching, you can enter and win. You could win $365 or a free year of cat food at $1. That's like a can of Fancy Feast.
That's a really good prize.
Right? It's
I'm
a really good prize if you're a cat lover, fancier. Or imagine you could give that to someone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to win hearts and minds. So in order to do this, you just have to submit your 2-minute or less cute cat video to MCAT. You can point us to where it is on YouTube, or we have like a Dropbox system where you could send a 2-minute video. This is possible, I am told.
Do you have
nowadays.
any entries yet?
No, because we haven't told anyone. We've been working on the poster.
Get your entries in.
Yeah, so they're showing from the website. Good. That's what I wanted to set up. I forgot. And then if you go to the MCAT YouTube channel, which is MCAT Channel 7, you can see this cute video, which was like appropriated from Felix the Cat.
Oh.
You know, but whatever. It says the same thing. You don't really have to see it. So if you guys could scroll down to show the public a teeny bit more, the deadline is March 31st, 2014. So there's about 6 weeks or so from now to submit your 2-minute video. You can also email us at contest@mcat.org and say, I don't know how to get you this video, and we'll figure it out, because it's more modern. So anyway, that's my news, except that MCAT is open for tour and a little training every second Wednesday of the month. And I think that's this Wednesday.
Second Wednesday.
Every second Wednesday.
It would be this Wednesday.
That's February 12th at 5:30 p.m. down here at MCAT, northeast corner of Spruce and Higgins, from 5:30 to 8. As if you want to stay that long, some people stay an hour. They're like, oh, I get it, I'm leaving. Or they stay longer and talk about what they want. So anyway, if you have something you'd like to say.
Very brief. I just wanted to, because I always like to announce when we are giving money away.
Yeah.
You know? And we have a February 20th deadline for regular grants. That's for projects that need up to $5,000. It's an online application. It's pretty straightforward. There's our lovely website.
Yeah.
If you click on that grants tab at the top, you will get to our grants page that describes the different kinds of grants we give and link you to the online application. But these are for projects that you might be putting together with your organization in a humanities field, like history or literature, the theory and criticism of art, the arts, philosophy, jurisprudence,
etc. So you guys are pretty open.
Yeah,
so it's really
the
worth.
humanities is,
Yeah,
the
so
study
it's
of
human.
what makes us human.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. All right, well, we better introduce our guests, because I think they're getting tired. They've been waiting here. And you guys just performed a great bit. Do you want to tell people to set up the clip? But we want to also make sure people know for speech and debate that you guys are looking for judges to help out. So maybe we should talk about that first.
Yeah. So we are in desperate need of judges.
Right.
Our national qualifying meet is this weekend, the 14th and 15th. Valentine's Day weekend, a lot of people are busy. However, this is a great thing to do. Judging is so much fun. You get to judge what we just did. And Friday, we still need 300 judges.
Wow.
So if you want to go to www.montanaspeechanddebate.com, that's where you can sign up. So
Yeah,
need a lot
and
more.
people, you can do it. You don't have to feel like you're an
You
expert,
don't have any
right?
experience.
Yeah.
or
I mean, they
anything,
could be
yeah.
John and Jane Q. Public,
The
and
only
they could
requirement
go
is-
and say, I need to be entertained, and how entertained
Yeah.
was I? I need to be convinced of an argument, and how convinced am I? Right?
And I mean, every time I've seen it, there are very clear rubrics that walk you through, you know, what you should be looking for and the different criteria. And
Exactly.
so it
Yeah.
really isn't that intimidating.
It's really fun too. You get to see kids from all across the state
Yeah.
compete,
Yeah.
so it's really fun.
Yeah, this is big, right? Because this is statewide. It's a statewide meet to determine who's going to go on to the nationals in Kansas City.
Yes.
So that's like
It's a pretty big deal.
yeah, you'd see like kids from the every corner of the
I
great
know.
state of Montana.
It's exciting.
So don't be shy, members of the public. That's your montanaspeechanddebate.org to sign up.
MT Speech and Debate.
Yeah,
right?
MT.
Yes.
MT
I don't know
Speech
if I got
and
that
Debate.
website up, but
Yeah,
they
no,
put it
yeah,
there.
there it is.
You know,
There it is.
maybe I can't show you at home what it looks like, but that's where you would go. And there's a nice spread. Now, Kim, you could attest to the free food and drink quality and
Yes,
variety because
I've
you've
done
been a
it in the
judge
past,
before.
and I mean, the biggest draw is that you see the best and brightest kids in the state.
Yeah, that's it.
Young adults. And
You're
kids.
18.
Right, okay, they're actual adults. But anyway, you get to see amazing performances, amazing people doing their craft at a very high level, and they feed you, and there's a lot of camaraderie among judges.
Yeah.
It's really
And
nice.
people could go Saturday. If they've got to do their romancing, if you have to do it, people.
Take your loved one.
You could,
What could be
yeah.
more romantic?
Beautiful Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right.
Free date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Free day 'cause you get the
speech
free
and debate.
food.
You know, feel the love.
Yeah, feel the love.
Certainly a cheap date.
Yeah, but I mean, that's sort of how couples operate anyway. You go to like a party and then you're going to split up and then you
Right.
regroup and say, oh, did you see so-and-so or so-and-so told me this? The same thing. They could go to different
Yeah.
events and then talk about them later. So please, Missoula audience, think about that. Register at mtspeechdebate.org. And Hamilton, Nina, do you want to set up the clip that you guys just pre-recorded? Like, so people may not know when they think of speech and debate, they may think of this dry thing, you know, where people are enacting like the Lincoln Douglas debate, or you know what I mean, like.
Which is also fun to do.
Funny enough,
Oh, okay.
we actually do
I don't
have
mean
a-
to diss it. I don't mean to diss it, but I just mean that people see it perhaps as a very dry undertaking. That
Right.
the entertainment value would only be scholarly or something.
Well, interestingly enough, we actually do have a debate round that's called Lincoln Douglas Debate.
Oh,
Right.
But
I
that's
didn't know
always
that.
been, yeah.
Sorry.
It's always
I
very
didn't say
interesting.
it was bad.
Really, what speech and debate is it's split into both debate, which is kind of like, you know, the cliche view of it, which is debating different like forms and bills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It actually gets really energetic. It's very fun to watch. And then there's speech, which is what Nina and myself do.
Yeah.
Where we're actually recent state champions at duo interpretation. So really, what we
Congratulations. That was
Oh,
great.
thank you. What we did is we took a piece of literature. We picked this play, Anna in August by Don Zolaitis, and we cut it into 10 minutes. And really the requirements are we perform this without making eye contact or touching each other. And we just need to make it as energetic and fun for the audience as possible. So that's our event, duo interpretation. And
Groovy.
there are a lot of other cool speech things like that. So
All right. Well, that's what people are going to see.
Yes.
So, why don't you guys roll it? And thank you guys for coming, and good luck
yeah.
Yeah,
this
thank
coming
you
weekend.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know it. So you're going to see Nina Gamel, Hamilton Clement in
Anna and August.
Anna and August. We'll be right.
When I was 9 years old, it became apparent to me that life was so totally unfair. There were two main reasons for this. One, I did not get the pet unicorn I wanted for Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho!
Shut up, Santa. And the second reason was August. Anyway, during the summer between my 3rd and 4th grade years, my mother dragged me to his house. And there,
Do you want to play guns?
oh, okay. Pew, 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 pew,
Haha, you missed!
No, I didn't. I fired a missile and it'll blow you up. You disintegrated on contact.
You Disintegrated on contact.
The impact of the missile has decimated your body.
Your body is... What?
Decimated.
Decimatati?
Oh, let's play something else.
Let's play Space Death Aliens.
Yeah.
You be an alien and I'll be an alien hunter.
Okay.
Pew, pew, pew! Nom, nom, nom! I have absorbed your bullets and have transformed them into a source of renewable energy. Mmm, tasty. You're the weirdest girl I've ever met.
I am not a girl. I am a...
Ow! I hate you!
So, my first kiss did not go exactly as planned. In my mind, it was different. It went something like this.
Excuse me. I was just riding my unicorn over to that enchanted wood over there and say, you're the most beautiful girl in the world.
I am.
Sure. In fact, let me get a chorus of woodland creatures to sing a song about you. You're pretty!
Oh, they are so adorable.
Shall I get some birds to arrange your hair?
That's okay.
Oh, look, a rainbow. I love you, Anna.
I love you too. Of course, whenever I think about my first kiss, all I can see is this.
No!
That doesn't sound good.
When I was a little girl, I always dreamed of finding my Prince Charming.
And I dreamed of my fairy tale wedding. Spider-Man. I dreamed of Spider-Man.
Some people don't always find what they're looking for.
And some of us have a little more luck. Anna and August by Dawn Zelitis.
So I decided to talk to my best friend Holly about this.
Holly, what do you think about August? I thought he was cute and everything.
What are we talking about?
August,
The month?
the boy.
I don't think people should be named August. His parents are stupid and mean.
He kissed me,
Yuck!
but then I kicked him.
Oh, you're so violent.
But do you think I did the right thing with August?
The month?
The boy. I mean, I kind of like him.
Is he that guy that eats his own boogers?
Ew, no, gross.
Because that guy is way cuter than August. I mean, August, seriously? No one's gonna like you if you go out with him.
I'd be a pariah,
I don't even know what that word means.
an outcast. My parents say I have the vocabulary of a slow 20-year-old.
Yeah, and you have to stop being so smart all the time. Guys don't like that. If they think girls are smarter than them, they go all crazy and hit themselves with rocks. It's not pretty like me. Right, Anna? Right!
Although I usually respected Holly's opinions when it came to matters of the heart, on this occasion, I decided to listen to myself. And for my 9-year-old mind, I was pretty convinced that August was what I like to refer to as the one. And I had to apologize, so I ran over to his house. Hey!
Please don't kick me. I'm sorry I kissed you. My parents are putting me into therapy.
No,
And I'm never gonna do it again.
But-
So don't hurt me.
I came here to say I was sorry for kicking you.
That's okay. It didn't hurt.
What do you mean it didn't hurt?
Please don't kick me.
And I also came here to say that you're not totally disgusting.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're not the weirdest girl I've ever met either. There's this one girl that lives on the street that kicks guys after they kiss her, but it's not you.
Do you want to do something?
Do you want to play video games?
Okay.
We had a great day playing video games. I even let him win a few times, but the bliss wouldn't last. 1 week later, August moved to Canada. Apparently his parents were concerned that the neighborhood was no longer a safe place to be. I was pretty inconsolable. I resolved to become a nun and swore off the world of men for the rest of my life. Until I saw August again, in high school.
Who's that? Do you think he's cute?
It was August. Stay away from him, he's mine! Actually, it went something like this. Him? No.
I think he's cute.
It looks like he has rabies or something.
Do you think he has a girlfriend in Canada?
I think he's dating a Canadian model.
Go see if he likes me. Come on, be a friend. You're awesome. I'm gonna stay here and look pretty. Hey!
Oh, hey, August. Do you remember me?
You mean when we were 9 and you kicked me in the balls and made me pee my pants?
You peed your pants?
What?
Anyways, what I came here to say was, before the kicking, afterwards we kinda...
What?
Nothing. I got out of class. Bye!
Hey, Anna, have you heard about the prom?
Yes, I've heard about the prom.
Guess what? Jake is taking me. He's older. He's, 20, but he wants a double date.
Oh.
Yeah, his little brother needs a date. What's his name? April or something? I think you kissed him one time.
August?
The month?
The freaking boy!
Yeah, go with August.
Okay. I'll call him. August said yes. I was finally going to the senior prom with the boy of my dreams. First step, finding a dress. My mother decided to help.
Don't stare. It's not finished yet. It's going to look better.
Mom, I don't like pink. I'm not a pink person. Why can't we buy a dress?
Honey, if I have the scares to make a dress from hand, why we ever waste money to buy one? That would be silly. Wait, you don't rub it? You don't rub it. I work so hard on it.
Mom, I love it.
Oh, I'm so glad you rub it.
Yeah.
You hear that, George? She rubs the dress. You owe me $20. Okay, honey, it's time we had the talk.
Oh, Mom, I'd love to, but ding dong. August is here. Sorry, gotta go. Bye. Chicka-er?
I got you a corsage. It's it's blue. I thought you were wearing blue.
So we went to Shay's China for an elegant dinner. I ordered the Shimu Han Poisson. I had no idea what it was, but the picture looked intriguing.
How? So, do you want to dance?
You want to be seen with me?
Of course. Hey, I just want to say I've had a crush on you for a really long time. You're really smart.
You like that?
Yeah. I bet you're going to become a big, successful lawyer and make lots of money and support me. But even if you don't, that's okay. And I don't care that you're wearing a big, pink, fluffy dress that looks like Barbie went crazy. I still think you're beautiful.
Wow. August, I broke into a cold sweat. My heart started racing. My vision went blurry. I realized it wasn't love. It was the Shimu Han Poisson. Wow, August,
Are you okay?
August, I'm sorry. August.
Are you okay?
I'm so sorry I puked on you. I ruined the prom.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm gonna die alone.
No, you aren't. So you want to go out with me?
Really?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Oh, I should really kiss you right now, but your breath,
Right.
not pleasant at the moment. I'll kiss you later.
Sounds good. So, I had my second first kiss with August, and it was way better than the first because I didn't kick him the second time. And I know it's cliche to say it, but we both lived happily ever after.
We're back, and they turned the volume down in this room.
It was pretty quick, almost seamless.
Right. So you guys had just the pleasure of seeing Hamilton Clement and Nina Gamel in their duo speech performance. They were doing that because Sentinel High School needs judges for speech and debate. The weekend of Valentine's Day, Friday the 14th, or all day Saturday the 15th. They are hosting the entire state for speech and debate, so they really need your help.
It's a very prestigious thing, and it's a fun thing to do.
You can go to mtspeechdebate.org to sign up and be part of that. So Steve Gluckert is here, curator at Missoula Art Museum. Steve, thanks so much for coming over.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So this is what we're going to talk about, this contemporary print exhibition from the collection of Jordan D. Schnitzer. It's called Under Pressure, and there's a number of events. And it's pretty interesting, right? You got a lot of prints from Jordan's personal collection to show.
Right, Jordan has collected for a long time, and he has over 8,000 prints that he has collected. And the family is very generous, and he is very generous in making sure he wants to make those prints accessible. And that's the good thing about prints is you can pretty readily collect them if you have the money, and they can be shared. So the 100 prints were selected by the Joslin Museum, so we were able to get on board and rent the show and bring it to Missoula.
Right, it's coming from Omaha, Nebraska.
Right.
I read that.
Yeah.
The Joslin Museum is in Omaha. Well, it's just on people's minds because of the movie Nebraska.
I've
Alex
actually
Payne.
been to the Joslin Museum.
Have you?
It's a very nice museum.
Yeah, so we're thrilled about it. I mean, it has some major names in the world of art, but also some regional favorites that we have. And for the Missoula show, he is supplementing some work that should be of interest in Missoula. So, there's going to be the Andy Warhols and the Robert Rauschenbergs and the Robert Indiana and the Barbara Krugers and
Some of the biggest names
Right.
in the art world.
but I think what's interesting is it kind of reveals the perspective of this collector in how he's assembled this work, and he's been faithful to artists of the region as well. We're going to have some Joe Feddersen work, and he's supplementing that work here. Roger Shimamura, who is from Seattle. We're going to have some
he
work
was at the museum talking about the
Minnesota.
Japanese internment camps in the U.S., right?
Oh, that's right.
There'll be some of that print work that he's done since that time at the Missoula show, and I think it's really interesting, to have someone who's, from such a big collection to be willing to share it in communities like Missoula.
Oh, it's a great opportunity. And you mentioned to me earlier, it's an amazing number of prints that are going to be that you're hanging right now.
Well, we're in the process, and he sent some work that probably has more of a connection to Missoula, some Rick Bartow work, Joe Feddersen, and we are hosting Joe Feddersen here through Matrix Press at the university, and he's going to be here March 19th through 26th.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
And so he has sent some additional work of Joe's for us to share. So we may be editing that 100 down to fit it all in. But
that's a lot of art.
Yeah, it is. But some of them hang in grids, so it's going to be a little easier. There's going to be some Saul LeWitt work.
Oh, wow.
Which shows, kind of a progression. And Barbara Kruger's work hangs in a grid. So it sounds like a lot, but many of them hang close together in grids. So you're going to see a lot of work all at once.
Yeah.
And so it might not feel like this massive amount of work when you see it all together. I'm hoping it doesn't.
And this
Prints
will
are
all
often
be
that way. More intimate experience, but a lot of it, like peanuts.
And this will all be in the big gallery, the main gallery?
It's a whole first floor, so we'll have it in the Carnegie Gallery and the Aresti Gallery. So we've just been, we've had the auction, and so we're doing a turnaround.
Yeah, congratulations! Right, in the auction net, gross rather, 114,000, something like that. 2,000 more than last year.
Yeah,
was the
it was
rumor I
fun
heard.
too.
Yeah.
You went to the dinner.
I did.
Very
I think the museum, here we have a show that we're able to bring here with some, large name, Warhol, Rauschenberg, but none of it is possible without artists and local artists supporting us to make that program a reality. And, the museum would really be nothing without artists.
Right.
And, I think that that's the profound thing that kind of sinks in on all of us during the art auction is just the generosity, certainly of patrons to come and bid and everything, but just how faithful the art community has been to the institution over the years. And thank you out there, artists, to make it all possible.
And audiences too. I mean, it is a wonderful success story. the museum has enjoyed. When you think that it started, what, in early 70s, in an abandoned Carnegie Mellon library, right? When they were like, we got this building, want to give it to these art people. And the addition and the strength of the collection and the...
Yeah, it's growing, and I think it, of course I'm pretty attached to it, but I think it has kind of it's a reflecting pond of art and culture in the community. It's not like any other institution in the state, and there's a vitality to the arts in Missoula, music, literature, theater, dance, whatever, that is really lively in this place. And people want the arts here.
Yeah.
They want them. And, that's not lost on us. It's, and the museum can't exist without that, the message coming from the community, we want this.
Yeah.
And that all of those things are quality of life issues. And, there are communities right now struggling with, do we want museums? Do we, how much are we going to invest in museums? How much are we going to invest in our theater or our opera or whatever? And Missoula has loud voices and firm voices saying we want these things. And I feel grateful to live in a community like that.
And you've been there a long time, right, Steve? I mean, did you start in 92 or 3? I can't remember.
1992.
92, so he'd been at it 22 years. That's something, in the same
Well, and I think the other side, I think you're absolutely right about the community of Missoula, but the other side of it is how responsive the museum has been to engage a younger audience than one normally or often sees. I was impressed when I was there at the auction that it was a much younger crowd than you would see in a lot of other cities, and these are people who are making a real conscious decision to engage at probably the busiest time of their lives and stay engaged. And I think that's because you've made a real connection with that cohort.
Well, that's good to hear that observation.
Well, I'm going to tell people the event again.
What's going on?
Even though, I think it's nice to talk about it in general. There's a long list of things, but I have it here from the press release. February 18th to June 1st.
Is when the show is
So
up.
the exhibition is up for a good long time.
That's nice.
And we're going to have our 5th grade program during this time, too.
Oh, is that so? They're going to see the prints the kids are. So the 5th grade program for you guys watching is the museum every year has made a commitment to having all the 5th graders. Is it in the city, in the county, Missoula County Public Schools? All the 5th graders have an experience going to the museum, and this program's been going on. I mean, some of those 5th graders are drawing Social Security now. It's been going on a long time. But it's a great idea that the kids at this age get to see, the museum and the resource that it is, and this is wonderful. So that's what that 5th grade program is. And then, now, is Jordan Schnitzer going to be here? Because it says that tour with him.
He's coming here February 26th and 27th. So there'll be, you can call the museum for specifics about that. I believe that the 26th is a members night tour, and the 27th he's going to give a tour. So that's my mother's birthday, so I have to remember that.
You've got that. And then Joe Feddersen, he's going to be artist in residence for a week. March 19th through the 26th.
Yeah, and we're collaborating with Jim Bailey in the University Art
he's the
Department
printmaking teacher there.
at Matrix Press, and Joe is going to produce a print, and it's going to be a large print. So that's all I know so far.
That's not bad.
And Joe is an amazing artist. So I just he works a lot with patterning, and he's from the Colville Reservation, and kind of has a contemporary approach to that pattern and design which occurs in the Colville, his heritage.
Right. That's kind of groovy. And it says printmaking explosion class. I think that's really intriguing. And it says visit MissoulaArtMuseum.org, and that's the website. I don't know if you guys have put it up. I've been so engrossed in conversation, I haven't really looked at the screen.
It's been up a few times,
So
but
they put it up. Okay.
the whole long list of different classes and events we can probably access there.
Yeah. Well, Steve, anything more you want to add?
No, thanks for
job.
doing this. And I
Oh,
think
yeah, you know.
a show like this also just shows, the strength of the arts and culture in our community, and just how diverse and I have to follow the speech and debate guys who are like
Yeah, next
the
we're
pros.
gonna do
Right.
we're gonna do child obesity next.
Yeah.
We're
You
moving
never
right
know
along.
on the show, yeah. Well, this looks like a great exhibit,
It is.
something to go back and back to, with lots of great tours and lectures associated with it, so.
Right, and it's
Can't wait.
again Missoula Art Museum. Check it out, corner Patty and Pine. You can't miss it. The old Carnegie Mellon library with a beautiful attachment.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you know it. So we'll be right back, you guys, with the next installment of Missoula Live. So stay with us.
Come on, guys. Rolling? Good. When hiking in bear country like this, it's important to remember your essentials, like bear spray and knowing how to use it. Liam, where's my bear spray?
I put it in the bottom of your pack.
I didn't mean... How am I supposed to get it quickly?
When adventuring in bear country, remember, bring bear spray and know how to use it. Hike in groups, make noise, and don't run. Be bear aware.
Hello and welcome to MCAT. MCAT stands for Missoula Community Access Television. We are a nonprofit group that helps the community get into broadcasting and communication. How? I'm not sure. We... If it's too formal, I mean, people are just gonna be like, oh, that's boring. And then if it's too like, oh yeah, we don't give a crap. La-di-da. Are you filming this? Oops. How? We train anybody who comes through our doors how to shoot, edit, and produce videos. Whether you like to be in front of the camera or behind, we provide the equipment you need to get started, so come on down.
Montana law enforcement urges you to think beyond the DUI arrest.
Statistically, alcohol-related crashes are more serious and deadly than others. Alcohol is a factor in more than 40% of fatal crashes.
When you go out, please drink responsibly. Arrange for a ride home, get a taxi, call a friend, or Home Safe Missoula.
Remember, your best defense against an impaired driver is your seatbelt.
Going out tonight? We are. Never ever drink and drive. This message is brought to you by Missoula County DUI Task Force and Montana Law Enforcement.
And we're back. Glenn Smith is here with Judy Matson from Friends of Two Rivers and the Bonner Milltown history. And they're here to talk about a huge operation for produce in town called Hughes Gardens. Welcome, you guys, and thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
you know
it.
To talk about.
This is fascinating. I
have
no idea about
before
any
we
of this.
came back, I was trying to give
I'm
some,
in
but we ran out of time. See, aren't you in shock?
Yeah, I'm in
that there was
shock.
this enormous garden in town. So you guys take it away.
Tell us the story.
What's the story of the Hughes Brothers Market Gardens?
Well, Glenn is actually a Hughes Gardens alum, so I'm going to let him.
Yeah,
He
sure.
knows a lot about it.
It was a place for kids to work because Ben didn't pay very much. I started at $1 a day for a 9-hour day.
When was that?
That was about 1956, 57.
And the gardens lasted, I know, it started in 09 and lasted up till 71. Yeah. And the location might shock people that it's the East Broadway corridor. Now, is it where like, the Thunderbird Motel is now and there's an Albertsons and you know that whole Eastgate shopping center? Or was it further east?
A little bit
towards
further east.
Okay. So as you're heading towards like the that health club
that's been knocked down and turned into affordable housing?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was, I believe there's a university has some of their things there, a windmill.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so that was about where it started. When I worked there was a big pepper patch.
Where the windmill thing is? Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, and the elevation of the ground was way low. They have filled that up.
Wow.
You'd never recognize it from what it originally was.
You know what surprised me, Glenn, is that it's a bit of a canyon, but did the sun, when the sun rose, did it strike the garden in the morning? Or did it eventually, this is what I want to know, did Sentinel provide a shadow on the garden or it didn't?
No, it flooded that floor
pretty well early in the morning.
So it was hot when you were working there in the summer.
Yeah, by the time we got into the day, it was hot.
I wanted to know if you guys would show that tab from the book by Philip Mackling and Stan Cohen that I found. It's still hard to place, you know, get a good picture of where it was, and maybe you guys can't find it.
There it is.
No, that's not it.
That's a
They
different
may have lost
picture.
it. Okay. Well, Josh, you could come out and operate camera 2 and zoom in on this, because it went off the page.
So this is an historic photo of the garden.
The green tab, is that the one you've got?
I've got the green tab. And then,
You
Judy,
don't.
which picture should I have? This?
That's the Bonner page, the green
Right,
tab.
here's the green tab.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Okay. So which one do we want to show people? This one?
The one at the bottom is from 1942. Up where your fingers are, that was an 1890 picture. The whole place is
You mean I'm
empty.
covering it?
You are.
Okay.
And then the one at the bottom is 1942,
Now,
I think so.
Is that a colorful seed packet? Is that an actual
Yeah,
seed packet?
I have that bigger to show people.
Right, and that is from the same book. It's a poster or a label, I'm not sure.
Ah.
I remember it as a label.
A
at the end of
label?
the packing crates.
Oh,
Okay.
look how beautiful that is.
I mean, it is really wild. Like, this looks so contemporary to me. And this photo was from Missoula, the way it was. Lenora, I can't really read it, with Stan Cohen.
Yeah.
So, Glenn, tell us more. Sorry, it took us forever to show the graphics and interrupt your story. So what was it like working there?
My first impression of old Ben was, well, let me back it up a little bit. Let's take it back to when I decided I needed a job that paid a little bit more money than a newspaper route. So Hughes Gardens is the next stop. So I went down to apply for a job, and right at his main gate, I seen him one morning, bright and early. And he was a grumpy old guy. Oh, and later on I could understand why, because riding herd over that many young kids,
right,
full of mischief, would make anybody grumpy.
Yeah.
But he was really grumpy. My ace in the hole was I had worked for, as kind of the neighborhood kid, to help weed gardens at our Victory Gardens in Bonner, which used to sit behind a little bit east of the Bonner Mill. So I figured, well, I've got what it takes.
You have experience.
Right.
I'm going down there, I'm going to get me a job. Well, Ben, with one look at him, and I thought, oh boy, what did I get into? But as he told me, he says, yeah, I've got a place for you. Be here tomorrow morning. We work 6 days a week. We work a 9-hour shift, and I'll put up with no monkey business. So I thought, okay, that's the first step.
Yeah.
So I get in there, and I find out that he had a brother named Harry. And I think his foreman's name was Bill Matthey. Bill was like an athletic coach. He had a way to make us kids want to get in there and give the best we had.
That sounds a little bit of genius when you're talking about like hoeing potato patches and whatnot.
So
Pulling weeds.
Bill, I think, was the catalyst that made that whole place run. Ben had a brother named Harry, and Harry took care of the Mexican laborers.
So in '56, there were Mexican laborers that came to
Yes.
find
Isn't that
work.
amazing?
Yeah, they.
We always think everything's so modern, right? Like, oh, immigration reform, what?
Yeah, they had
talk of the age.
Yeah, they had to. They had to qualify to come in here, and they were a hell of a crew, I thought anyway, to do that kind of work and under those conditions, stoop labor.
Yeah.
Weeding those.
That's a good phrase, stoop labor. Where you're like
you're bent
stooping
over at the back, you know, that's killing work.
Yeah.
But they did it. They had a heck of a sense of humor. And for me, I enjoyed it because here was my chance to learn a language other than English.
You looked at it as an educational opportunity.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But, you know, I did learn what I thought was good Spanish. But when I got into high school,
it was all swear words.
Oh, no, we don't talk like that here.
That's pretty funny.
Got in trouble, yeah.
So, I was almost asked to leave high school, be expelled, but got in and I learned Castilian Spanish as it should be spoken.
Oh, sure.
But they were a great bunch. We had a mixture of the English language and the Spanish language that we all got along with really good.
Wow.
For me,
the combo, right?
Yeah, personally, for me, it was, if I wanted to know something, I'd say, "Como se dice?" That would be, how do you say?
Yeah.
And then I would point to whatever I wanted to have explained.
Well, sure.
So, and they were a great bunch. Nothing like what you hear now with the drug cartel and all that. I mean, they were just the boys down south that talked funny.
Now, Glenn, how many people worked, in the growing season, in the Hughes Gardens? Would you say about 50 or 60 or more?
I'd say around 50, maybe less.
Okay.
It was a heck of a turnover because a lot of the kids come in, they had lived rather a sheltered life. And to come out there and be subjected to those conditions, there was a hell of a turnover. So you really didn't know from one day to the next who you're going to be working with.
Right.
It was tough.
Now, there's something, I can't remember what the acronym means, CFAC. It's a movement in town to make sure that gardens and farms are available locally because it's considered sustainable. The talk of, like, if you want to eat a tomato, that tomato's coming from California, so the tomatoes travel 1,500 miles before it got to your table.
Right.
So CFAC is like Community Farm Agriculture Coalition or something like that. So they would love if there was such a garden. You think about the farmers markets here in town, and a lot of people holding in value that the food is grown locally, and they know your farmers, like a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
So here Missoula was in that nirvana back in 56,
Yeah.
And this outfit lasted from 09 to 71, and then the land was sold. What did it say to the Garden City Development Corporation
or something like that.
Yeah.
And Judy, were you saying before we went on that these vegetables and the produce was shipped all over the Northwest, right?
Oh, yeah, the kids would bunch them up. We'll have, I hope a lot of people will come who work there and tell us their stories of, bunching radishes, bunching onions. But then, Glenn, they would sack them up, trucks would come, you'd pack them in ice.
Yeah.
And they would go where?
Most points of destination when I worked there was within the state. I had heard rumors that Ben had his own fleet of refrigerated trucks. I never did see that.
You think he might have?
What he did was when we packed them up, he would send them over here to Trio Fruit, which was right above the Orange Overpass.
Oh.
And they would load them onto refrigerated trucks, which then shipped them to Billings, Bozeman, Dillon.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
And that's all I remember. But the only trucks we had come down there was the Safeway trucks from the Safeway grocery store. And those big semis, that was tight quarters.
Oh, I bet.
And they had some drivers down there that were artists to bring a big rig in there, back it up to our cooler,
Right, not
load it,
crushing
and get it out of there
plans.
without running over half the
little
damn
kids.
field.
Now,
Well,
you mentioned an event.
Right,
This
and
is cool.
we didn't tell the people watching what the event is. And it's a history roundtable, Memories of Hughes Gardens, Sunday, February the 16th, 2 to 4 p.m. at St. Anne Catholic Church. And the event is free and sponsored by Bonner Milltown History Center. And so that's 2 hours. So people are invited to come and tell their stories. Like if somebody's watching this, and we're saying Hughes Gardens, and they're saying, "Oh man, what? Why are they? I totally forgot about that." So they could run down to St. Anne's Catholic Church. You can't really miss it on the way into Bonner Milltown. It's just on the right if you're leaving town, and be part of the round table. And you've already got some presenters, right, to hand.
Glenn and his wife Sharon, who actually met there, and after 54 years still.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great Valentine's Day story.
Don Felton is also a former kid worker there, and he's got some stories as well. And so they'll kind of be the catalyst, give a little of the history, and then we want people to come. These are kind of informal roundtable type things where it's audience participation, so we're all sharing what we know.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And like I told you, I mean, these CFAC folks, I can't remember who all, they are. They'll be delighted to hear about this because this is like the vision for Missoula is like they want to have the surety, that local food production just won't die because people thought it's too convenient just to go to the supermarket.
But it's like what you said earlier. I mean, it's all cyclical. Everything new is old again. I mean, this
like
has been going on forever. And is it true that what you said to me that the Hughes Gardens is one of the reasons Missoula is called the Garden City?
Yes.
I wouldn't see why not. I mean, it's a big operation.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we better go. Is there anything you want to add? Because we did not bring Lisa out to talk yet about the Let's Move.
One more guest, but
I just hope that everyone will come, and I've been surprised at how it's kind of forgotten. If you're not, kind of an old timer, maybe.
Yeah, it was
he lived it.
It was a great way of life. There were shenanigans that was pulled out there that we could talk about forever.
Yeah.
And
And that's what
we
we're hoping
will
to
on
get.
Sunday.
Yes.
It's Sunday, it'll get lively, guaranteed.
Right. Is someone going to tape it?
I think MCAT is.
MCAT, thank you, MCAT, because that is great oral history.
They have done a fabulous job.
We've done a lot, right? But you guys have put it on. They've done. Is it?
15, 16, 17, and 18. This is our 16th program in the series.
Yeah.
And they've recorded all of them.
Oh, that's excellent.
Because they did Working at the Mill. And, there's all these connections. Like, I didn't know that Ellen Leahy, who's like the head of Missoula City County Health, well, she was a nurse out at the mill.
Just a punk kid when she started.
Wow.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys will be right back with another visit about getting all of us to get off the couch. And,
get moving.
Yeah, it's called Let's Move Missoula, and there's a particular program coming up. That's what we're going to talk about next, so stay with us.
Let's say you were watching one of MCAT's programs not too long ago. If you or anyone you know wants a copy of our wonderful programming, call us at 542-6228 or email us at mcat.org. Ask for a dub request and tell us what you want. We'll get it to you. Walk-ins welcome. Just go to 500 North Higgins, Suite 105, just off Spruce.
Interested in pursuing a job in television and need experience, or are you interested in picking up a new skill? Missoula Community Access Television is a place for you. MCAT can get you trained and ready so you can hit the ground running in television. Call us at 542-6228 or email us at mcat.org.
We're back with Lisa Buskevich from Missoula City County Health Department. Lisa is here to promote Let's Move and a specific event that is attached to that movement of Let's Move. And welcome, thanks for taking the time to come
Thanks for
on the
having
show.
me.
Oh, you're most welcome. So tell people, what do you do at the health department?
Well, at the health department, I work in the health promotion division, and there's a group of like 6 of us, and what we do is we work on public health issues, and my job with Let's Move Missoula is to help reduce childhood obesity here in Missoula County.
Right.
So right now our current rates are 28% of our 3rd graders are overweight or obese, And in 1980, the national average was 7%.
Wow.
Oh, that's really pretty bad. I didn't realize we were 4
I didn't know we were
times.
that
Because
high.
you think like we just finished saying it was the Garden City.
Well, we garden, but we eat dessert, and we probably don't get out as much as what
Right.
people think we do.
I know.
Now,
and that's
28%, is that Missoula?
That's Missoula County.
How does that stack up to the rest of the country?
I will tell you in May.
Okay.
Oh, because I have the national.
It's a little bit under. National is around 30%, so we're just
But
under.
it's not good.
But I'm going to be compiling a large report comparing our county data with state data and then national data, and I'll
Right.
be presenting that to the public.
Yeah. I mean, it is a problem. Like, you know, part of this Let's Move movement, and I'm sure Lisa's well versed in this, is this explosion of video games and screens and aspects of modern life that people haven't even had a chance to gauge. But what they're seeing pretty fast is that we're all plumping up because there's so much supposedly more to do without moving in the virtual world.
But I mean, I have to say, I remember when my kids were growing up, it's this time of year especially.
It's hard.
They've all, because, you know, it's hard to get them out.
Can you make
It's
them
hard
ski or
to-
something?
Well, I bet Lisa has some answers.
Well, I think it's a cultural issue. I think
Yeah.
it's a social justice issue. I think it's affordability, accessibility issue with healthy foods as well as physical activity.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is we have a really great partnership with our schools here, both our outlying school district and then Missoula County Public Schools. So in 2012, we held a summit on childhood obesity where we educated the community about what obesity is and that we do have a problem in our community. And Let's Move Missoula formed a leadership team as well as a steering committee. And on, excuse me, on those teams we have both of our hospitals represented as well as a county commissioner and then city council, our school districts, Parks and Rec, YMCA, lots of really great community stakeholders. And then we said, okay, well, what are we going to do? So part of our strategic plan is to make more nutritional foods available to our kids and to get our kids more active. And that would be in early childhood as well as school age. So that's what we're focusing on. And this fall we held a physical activity summit and how that's tied to learning. And so the more kids are moving during the school day, the more their test scores are increasing as well as helping with their physical weights. So it's like it's a win-win situation,
Right.
you know. So, and from that, our action plan is now we are creating physical activity inventory worksheets that all of the schools are completing to see what they have in their schools, how kids are being involved from 0-hour transportation before school activities, and then during classroom instruction, active recess after school, because our goal is for those kids to get 60 minutes on a daily basis.
Well, and they just showed the website,
Right.
you guys at home, it's letsmovemissoula.org.
Yep.
You made a great voiceover for it. So.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we're doing part 2 of the summit this year. And our part 2 summit is Summit for Healthy Children, Food for Fuel and Learning.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be held on Friday, February 21st from 7:30 to noon. And it's really great. We are going to be bringing in Jessica Dones-Black, and she is from the Pew Charitable Trust in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
to talk about how communities can make healthful changes in our schools and what food policies need to be put into place, into action, because most of our kids spend the day at school.
Right.
So we need to give them nutritional foods and not empty calories. So we're going to be starting off the day with her, and then we're going to, after she's done presenting, we have Katie Bark from Team Nutrition with OPI from Montana State University, and she'll be coming in to talk about the USDA Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act, which are food policies that our government has put into place into our schools, and she's going to inform and educate everybody at the summit about what those look like and where we're going with them and what needs to be in place in schools, from wellness councils to smart snacks for kids. So at the summit, we're encouraging teachers, administrators, principals, parents, anybody who has a passion about our kids and helping them to be healthy to attend this event, because then after she's done speaking, we're going to break into 6 breakout groups for small discussion about healthy vending, healthy school stores and concession stands, and then healthy fundraising, healthy classroom rewards, and healthy off-campus lunch, and healthy classroom celebrations.
That's a lot of health.
Yeah.
And early in the morning,
okay,
too.
so think about it. When in a given day you go to school, you have to make that choice throughout your day every day. So how many times during the day do you have the choice to eat a candy bar or drink a Gatorade or to get a treat? You know, I mean, so we want to make sure that kids have access to healthy foods in all capacities, so because they deserve the best.
And I think it's brilliant to partner with Missoula County Public Schools.
Well, yeah.
You know, parents are invited to this, but also teachers are going as part of their ongoing training, right? I can't remember what it was called, the PIR.
Yes, Missoula County Public Schools has really stepped it out with Graduation Matters Missoula and the Student Wellness Subcommittee that I sit on. And what they're doing is that they're paying for 3 teachers and administrator to come from every building, and they're required to come because the leadership believes so strongly, Dr. Apostle believes so strongly in having healthy kids. This is a wellness issue, and we want our kids' student wellness is high priority for the school district. For
That's
sure.
an impressive commitment.
Remember, you know, people at home might have gotten like a popular view of this movement in the form of one of those English chefs.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name. It was Jamie
Oliver.
It was Jamie Oliver.
Totally.
Right, where he'd be going to schools and be like, really? Are you really serving this? Because in the, you know, a more older mindset was like industrial food service.
Right.
But we're talking like heavy grease when you think of the industrial. But so anyway, folks at home, and we're trying to like, well, what are they talking about exactly? That's like a little bit of a correlate anyway.
Well, what I would share with you is that what we're working on is what they call the competitive foods. So anything outside the breakfast and school lunch program, that's where we're starting. But that doesn't mean it won't lead into school breakfast and school lunch. And the food corps people that work with the school district that are part of the Farm to School program, they're going to be there as well. And I know that they have a lot of action happening in their community. So this is like just the beginning. It's really exciting because you're going to see more from us in the future about what action items that we're going to do with the healthy nutrition and the physical activity. So it's really wonderful.
That's great. It touches on so many issues, you know, like technology, that people are getting stuck in screens. What's the difference between playing a cooperative game with your friends than being alone playing video games? Everybody knows like it's kind of sketchy. It's also a matter of economics. You know, poor people are given fatty foods to eat. The built environment. If you live on the wrong side of the railroad tracks, your mom doesn't want you to go outside because it's dangerous, so you tend to sit at home.
That's not true, though. I disagree.
Oh, good. Okay.
There is no
We have 1 minute. We should make sure that we say
the summit is free.
Yes.
You should come. Our capacity is 300 people. As of today, there's 240 people registered for the event.
So there's still room for you.
There's still room for you. If you go to the Let's Move Missoula website or the Missoula County Public School website, you can register for the event. And we'd love to have everybody in Missoula come and learn and take action with us to help our kids to be healthy and happy.
Nothing's more important than that. That's good.
Excellent. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you for having me. And I'll be back for Unplug and Play Week.
Okay, we'll see you, you know, if not in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks. We'll see you again.
That sounds good.
And we hope to see you guys again on Missoula Live. For MCAT, I'm Joel Baird.
And I'm Kim Anderson for Humanities Montana.
We'll see you next time.